Hi, welcome to Charlotte's Cooking Show. I'm Charlotte. Today we're making Mitchell's Soup Company Mulligatawny Soup. Mitchell's Soup Company is a great Canadian company located in British Columbia. They make these really fantastic sleeves of dried foods, and they're all kinds of different flavors. And I love using Mitchell's Soup Companies. They're one of my favorite hearty meals, and you just add all your own fresh things at home. I pick up mine at Cochran's Country Market here in Rothesay, and you can get 3 for $25. It's a great deal. So they're $9.99 a piece, but it's a full meal for a full family. So let's get started. First, we're going to dice a nice sized white onion, and I'm going to show you my trick on how to dice an onion without having all of the pieces go all over the place. So first step, you always start with a sharp knife. So if you have a blade like this, just run your knife along the side of the sharpening stick, and then your knife will be safe for use when you're dicing your onion. See the stem side here? Keep this intact. And I just use my nice sharp knife. We're gonna take our knife and we're gonna cut through the middle of the stem. So when you have two pieces, you'll see you've got the stem in place to hold it together. So then I'm gonna peel back all of the extra skin, and I will show you my trick. This is so great because it's really minimal effort, and once you practice and get really good at it, you will never cut an onion any other way. You run your blade like this through the top of the onion. Not all the way through, but just kind of 3/4. And you'll notice that we're just going just a little ways towards the stem, but it's not separating. And then maybe one more try down here. So you're just cutting straight in. Then you take the sharp pointy end and you go back here near the stem and you go all the way down to the front. And then once you've done that and you have all of your pieces cut, you're going to take your knife and you're going to simply just dice. And you'll see that all of the pieces are perfectly diced. It's a great little tip. So our onions are done sauteing in the oil. Now I'm going to brown the chicken. I've got 4 chicken breasts here that I've diced up, and I'm going to season them with some salt, some kosher salt, and some fresh ground pepper. I always cut my chicken or any other meat on a separate cutting board. So my red flexible cutting board is for chicken. So I'm gonna take a little bit of kosher salt, and I'm just gonna season the chicken, and a little bit of fresh ground pepper. It's always great. Always great to season the meat before you put it into the oil, because it helps sear in those flavors. So here we go, let's go. Okay, so all of our chicken is browned and cooked, and now it's time to add in our fresh veggies. We've got some diced up carrots and celery here. That's a great thing about Mitchell's Soup Company packets is they ask you to add in fresh vegetables at home that you have. You have carrots, celery, onion, really easy. And then you open up the Mitchell's Soup packet and you just dump in the whole thing, add 10 to 12 cups of water, and then we're gonna cook it on low in the Dutch oven on the cooktop for 90 minutes. It's gonna be delicious. So after 90 minutes on the cooktop, the house smells delicious. And now it's time to add in some diced up apples. I've got 2 of these. I'll show you really quickly how I dice up an apple. So what I do to cut an apple, to dice it really quickly, cut the both ends off so you have a nice flat surface. And then I take my apple core. This is a Pampered Chef one. And I just push it all the way down through to the bottom, and then it just pops out. It's great. It's a great way to get rid of that middle, so you don't have to spend any time cutting out, that kind of hard stuff in the middle of the apple. And then before you know it, you've got a diced up apple. So just dice along like that and into cubes. And then we will just add this in to the soup. Don't worry about the skin. You're gonna want that color and that flavor in the soup. And the apple's great because it adds a really nice sweetness once it softens, and that'll kind of offset the curry taste of the mulligatawny soup. After we're done dicing the apple, we're going to add in a can of coconut milk. The coconut milk brings that really creamy, delicious texture to the end of the meal, and that's what gives it that real South Indian flavor. Okay, there we have it. Here's our Mitchell Soup Company Mulligatawny Soup. This is fantastic for winter. It's such a bowl full of coziness and warmth in your tummy. Everyone in your family will love this. The coconut milk and the apple at the end made for a really creamy, sweet finish for this soup. Garnish with a little bit of fresh cilantro on top, spoon, and then go to town. Have your dinner. Looks so delicious. I have to try it. Oh my gosh, that's so good. Mitchell's Soup Company, Mulligatawny Soup. You should try it.